Hi, good morning guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Grace here. So today we are going to be talking about 5 ways you can get a job here in South Cyprus. This video is for international students, those residents here in Cyprus and those intending to get into. Before I talk about the 5 ways to get a job here in South Cyprus, I would like to say if you intend coming to South Cyprus, it's very necessary that you have a skill before coming here. Don't just get in here and you are looking for a job. It will be tougher that way, but nevertheless you can still get a job, but it's easier and less painful or pain-free when you have some sort of skill you can utilize and charge to get money for it. So let's get into the 5 ways you can get a job here in South Cyprus. So the first and most obvious way is to use job sites. Now we have a lot of job sites out there, but for Cyprus in particular, I'm going to be dropping down below. You'll get the links to the top job sites here in South Cyprus that you can take advantage of to get a job. So when you go to those sites, the first thing, don't just throw your resume anywhere. Before you apply for a job, look at the roles that you're applying for. Look at the job description. Are you a job fit for it? Or you don't want to spend your time doing something that you will not be called? No. I want you to look at the job role. If it's something that you feel, you don't need to be 100% fit, but you should have some skill sets related to that. And with that, you can apply. Tailor your resume, your cover letter to what you are applying to. Let the company feel, oh, this is personal. It's not just a generic thing you're dropping everywhere. It's not going to get you a job because the demand is greater than supply. So you need to put some sort of strategy around that. So we have a lot of job sites which I'll be dropping. Then the next way to get a job here in South Cyprus is through LinkedIn. If you're a professional, a student intending to become a professional, you already have some sort of skill set, then utilize your LinkedIn, create a very good profile, and look at your LinkedIn. You can use your LinkedIn profile to get a job. Optimize your LinkedIn to job related to your skill set and apply for jobs here in South Cyprus. The most obvious thing about South Cyprus is that there are a lot of tech companies here in South Cyprus. There are a lot of fintech, there are a lot of financial service companies, there are a lot of customer service companies, a lot of crypto-based companies, there are a lot of gaming companies here in South Cyprus, and they need one skill set or the other, but it's how you position yourself that will determine if you're going to get a job or not. So that's another way to get a job. Then the next way to get a job here in South Cyprus is to know how to speak Greek. If you know how to speak Greek, you can work in a Greek-based company here in South Cyprus, especially in Nicosia, where they require Greek. You can work as a sales rep. You can work in most customer-seeking roles because their ideal clients, they speak Greek most of the time, so they require people that speak Greek to get this job. So if you're looking for that kind of job, especially as a student where you're not allowed to work more than 20 hours a week, then you should have this in the back of your mind. But beside that, if you don't know how to speak Greek, I'm going to be making a video next on how to get English speaking job as a student here in South Cyprus, especially now that we are having summer in the next 1-2 months. So I will drop that in my next video next week. So we'll move to the next way of getting remotely. Remote work is big, if you ask me. It's just stressless. As a student, you'll be able to schedule your time, do those work, and still go to school. So take advantage of remote work. Your work must not be based on Cyprus here. You can apply to other countries. The most important thing is that you have the skill set and you can deliver on what you're asked to do. So there are different ways of getting job remotely, and this you can get from LinkedIn, you can get from other international sites. You'll see some of them on the link I'm going to drop on this video. And get a job as a student. It's through networking, or as a refugee, as a resident here in Cyprus. You can't say you're looking for a job and you're sitting down in your house. No, go out there. Go out there, do your research based on what you want. Print your resume, go to those companies, meet them, tell them, I have the skill, I have that skill, and I am looking for something to do. If you don't know how to speak English, another thing you can do is kitchen assistant job, cleaning jobs, washing jobs, car wash, working in the club and different stuffs like that. So you'll need to go out there. You need to talk to those people, walk up to them. It's either a yes or a no. Nobody's going to kill you. Drop shyness away. Get into these companies. Tell them, oh, I have the skill set. I'm a student in this school, or I'm a refugee, or whatsoever you are. It's you. You're offering them a service. They are not doing you a favor. It's an exchange. So you should be able to sell yourself. Walk up to these companies, drop your resume. Don't just drop your resume. Be strategic about them, about the whole thing. Meet them. Oh, I found your company online. I see you do this, and this is what I'm interested in. I'm a student here in the university of this or that, or in this college, and I believe I'll be able to add value to your company. Doing that, they will see the passion that you have to work. It's not going there, just dropping your resume, nobody will call you. Be strategic about your job search. So networking is another way you can do that. Then another way to get a job here in South Cyprus is by using Bazaar. Now that you have a skill set, what can you do with it? Be an entrepreneur, be a business person, create your own ads on Bazaar. We have free ads on Bazaar, we have paid ads on Bazaar. Go there, drop your skill, drop what you can do, and put your price there. People will call you. If it's something, if it's what you want, then you go for it. That way you create a business within your own time frame and all of that. So you can get a job through Bazaar by dropping your ad, creating your ad there. That's another stress-free way of getting a job. Bazaar.com, this is the link. Then another here in South Cyprus is by using job boards or job agencies. There are some agencies that you have to pay to help you get a job. Now, I've heard that some people get farming work, things they are not interested in, but you have to know that there is a starting point to everything. So if you're here in South Cyprus or you're a student here and you really want to work, you can get something to do within the accepted working hour for the meantime while looking for something that you're really interested in. So if you want to pay job boards, that can also be an option. Another thing is for international students or for any student resident here in South Cyprus, every page that students are entitled to, you can go there, apply for jobs, or even submit your resume in school. Although I heard that supply is lower than demand, so they have a pile of a lot of people looking for jobs, so that way you don't really get called easily. But again, if you're strategic about it, you're going to get a job. You can even get a placement in school if you've stayed for a while and you have good grades. I heard the pay is a 5-6 euro an hour now. Basically, for part-time jobs, the pay is 5 euros. Then for normal full-time job, pay is 870 euros. Then for full-time job, depending on the location, for Limassol, if it's a full-time role, they pay up to 3k euro. They pay 3k euro and above. They are different depending on the company, what you're doing, your job role and all of that will determine your pay. But you need to know how to go about this first before you can get your pay. I'm going to create a video on how to negotiate your salary and all, looking for people to work in the hospitality industry. So this is something you can take advantage of, but don't expect a front role if you don't know how to speak English and speak Greek, because most of this industry, they look for Greek speakers. Now, if you're not an African, it's even easier to get a job in the hospitality industry. To get a job here in South Cyprus is if you can drive. I believe that we can all create jobs for ourselves. If you know how to drive, whether it's the scooter, that's the bike as it's called here, or you know how to drive a car, you can, with 800 to 15 euro, you can get an affordable car here. And with that, you can start driving. You have to get your license here, but you can start driving. You can start driving and you drive within your own time frame. And when it comes to driving, transportation here in South Cyprus, it's really bad. So you can create a job for yourself through that. One last thing, if you're a student, for you to get a job here in South Cyprus and be paid, be paid officially, the government requires that you've stayed here for 6 months. You need to have stayed in South Cyprus for 6 months to get an employer that will pay you, unless you want to do cleaning jobs, less menial jobs, and some other things you can do that you can get your own pay without paying cash, without waiting for the employer. But all the same, whatsoever job you want to do, make sure your studies don't suffer. So guys, I hope this helped. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like this video if you got value from it. Thank you.